Well, we could talk about the Grammys, but let's talk song. Apparently, I do reaction videos now because the last one went so well. I thought I might just continue. This time I'm going to look at Mark Knopfler's new single, the first release that apparently announces his new album coming out in April. The song is called Ahead of the Game, and I have no idea about what it's like. So let's get started and listen to it. Very long intro. This is what strikes me. A flat.
It's nothing but the hits in a room downtown. The noisy as hell but nice. People don't usually get to play it.
Interesting harmonies.
More than a time or twice.
So the song is in D flat.
Had you staying just ahead of the game.
Oh, that's really something. I like the riff very much. Some Mixolydian vibe in the verses. So that's a Mixolydian thingy there, where we do 5, 4, 6 minor 5, but the 5 is clearly the tonal center of the whole thing. D flat, then we go to something that is actually a C flat major in that case, and then E flat minor back to D flat major. And this riffy thingy is really cool. Over the, I think, A flat, right? So we do a bit of modal interchange here between actual D-flat Ionian and D-flat Mixolydian, because we bring in this C sometimes that becomes the C-flat when we go to D-flat Mixolydian, believe me.
Skies as big as nowhere, which is where we've been. Left a dream behind there somewhere. You got to have a dream.
It's typical Mark Knopfler in many regards. It's a very interesting bar length or shape length. That is really interesting harmonies that I don't fully understand. Thank you for showing me the piano. And a fade out at the end. Alright, couple of remarks. What I find quite interesting, this riff that really strikes me. So here it seems that we are in the key of A-flat mixo or D-flat Ionian, but only in that riffy part, because the verses are clearly in D-flat Mixolydian, that then would be G-flat Ionian, D-flat Mixolydian, and it's really cool. What I find really special is the number of bars in the verses and also the song structure, because here we have something rather classical that is not used in pop music very often anymore, and this is the refrain type of thingy, where this ahead of the game lyric line, the title of the song, comes at the end of every verse, but we don't really go to a chorus. Instead, we go to this instrumental section, to this riffy thing. And after the second verse, we then enter a new section that is the primary bridge. And after the primary bridge, we go to verse number 3. This is a song form that is very traditional, that we can find a lot in blues, that we can find a lot in Beatles songwriting, and in a lot of 50s and 60s pop music. Here, Mark Knopfler clearly pays tribute to that kind of song form. Bob Dylan does it all the time. It causes the song to lack a hooky memory line in the voice, in the vocals, which is perfectly okay because we have other memorable elements like this. This is something that I won't be able to get out of my head in the foreseeable future. We are going to look at the strange number of bars, and we are also going to look at the harmonies of the C section of the primary bridge. Let me skip to the verse right away. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Noisy as hell, but nice.
So we've got
People don't usually get to play it.
3, 4.
You had you a regular spot. They were even advertising your name.
I don't understand it. And it's this weird transition from the verse over this refrain line to the instrumental section that I don't quite understand. It's instead of going back to the D flat, we go to the F minor and then something else. What is that? So this I understand. I assume that it's the G flat before that. What is it? What is it? Head of the game. I struggle.
Staying just ahead of the game. Ahead of the game.
Now my working theory is that it's something with C flat and D flat.
Than the usual thing you got. Staying just ahead of the game. Ahead of the game.
So it's definitely D flat before the A flat, and it's some B flat thingy before that. Okay, I get it now. So it's from the E flat minor, we go to B flat minor, and then we go to D flat major. Let's do one progression.
You had you a regular spot. They were even advertising your name. Better than the usual thing you got. Staying just ahead of the game. Ahead of the game.
Okay, really cool. I still haven't got any clue about the bar length, which is odd.
It's nothing but the hits in a room downtown. The noisy as hell, but nice. People don't usually get to play in there more than a time or twice.
Okay, so it's a very interesting thingy where we actually have a 4/4 bar, but the first bar is complete with one chord, and this chord overlaps into bar number 2, and it takes up 2 more beats of that new bar. So we have 6 beats of chord number 1 and 2 beats of chord number 2, and this creates a sensation of asymmetry, something that is also mirrored quite nicely in the lyrics, because this is what the song is actually about, the lyrics. Let's look at the bridge harmonies now. Where is it?
Skies as big as nowhere, which is where we've been. Left a dream behind there somewhere. You got to have a dream.
I almost got it.
Skies as big as nowhere.
Okay.
Which is where we've been. Left a dream behind there somewhere. You got
Come on.
skies as big as nowhere. Which is where we've been. Left a dream behind there somewhere. You got to have a dream.
So, the primary bridge is actually G flat major going to E flat minor, D flat major, and at the end we go back to E flat minor instead of staying on the D flat major. Here we are actually in G flat Ionian, so the relative thingy to D flat Mixolydian, something that makes a lot of sense. So it changes the mood a little bit, but still keeps the notes, just changes the tonal center of the thing, and this is something used quite often for primary bridges. What have we got here? We have got a very story-intensive song that is definitely not a pop hit. we have got a very classical song form that is not usual anymore, which is the verse-refrain song form with a prominent primary bridge and guitar solo in the middle. And we have got a very odd bar length in the verse that gets reinforced by the lyrics, where we play one chord for 6 beats and another chord for 2 beats. 2 different chord progressions, the one in the verse and the one in the primary bridge. And it is a very Mark Knopfler song. It's really intense. It's really private. It's also a very great atmosphere that is set in the video, something that is definitely not going to play on the major pop radios very often, but still something that offers a lot to learn songwriting wise. So I hope you enjoyed this second reaction video on the Let's Talk Song channel. If you did, please make sure to like the video, to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet, to leave me comments, suggest maybe songs that you would like me to cover, to analyze, to react to. I guess we've talked song, you can talk about the Grammys now.